Cool. So just to chat a little bit about the technical things behind the showreel. So first off, the cinematographer that we used, or director of photography, Jerry Fassbender, and Jerry and I met on the previous short film that I did, Grace, and I think, if memory serves, I simply found him with an advert on Mandy.com or something like that, and Jerry has been a camera operator for several decades, really big in the industry. He was camera operator on all 3 Lord of the Rings movies, Game of Thrones, IMDb him. Yeah, the stack of stuff that he's done is nuts. And he's moved to lighting to become a cinematographer. And he was looking to practice what he did and liked the script of Grace, and we did that together and it went very, very well. He's lovely, he's fantastic. He's got so much experience, which is very useful. So that's Jerry, and also because he's been in the industry for a long time, he's got a lot of connections and could bring a lot of people on board, which was really useful to help get the project going. You know, it's a short film. The budget on a short film is tiny, so to try to make something that looks like it had £100,000 spent on it just for a couple of £1,000, that's not something you can do unless you know people who know people. So we shot on the Red Epic, which is a 5K cine camera. This is exactly the same camera that many feature films are shot on these days. Prometheus, loads of TV shows. Yeah, it's like the top of the range cinema camera. Part of the idea behind the short film, behind the showreel, was to experiment a bit. I mean, ultimately it's a showreel, and it's a showreel for one of the character in the film, Nazreen. But to a certain extent, it's also a showreel for me. It was a way to kind of crowbar a lot of really experimental shots, trick shots, for want of a better word, into a film, and have it still make sense. You know, you can't use a lot of these crazy things in a conventional drama like Grace was, but with the type of film that this was, we could do a lot of things. So, you know, we had loads of Steadicam shots. We had track and dolly. You know, we had this huge length of 20-meter track and dolly in this office. That we were shooting at 200 frames per second, so super slow motion. We had a stunt actress come down from Scotland who was somersaulting over the desks and flick-flacking and just doing crazy things. We had these 360-degree Steadicam shots with Jizors pulling guns, which we'll be doing in post, adding special effects for. We had a motion control shot. So motion control on a slider. We had this it was 15 feet metal slider between 2 tripods, and the camera starts off at one end of the slider, and it takes 15 minutes to kind of slowly track all the way along to the other end of the slider. And in this, we were filming the character Nazreen coming through her front door, having breakfast, reading the newspaper, going to the room next door, getting changed, transforming into a different character that we filmed for 20 minutes in real time. We'll speed it up in the edit so that it takes 10 seconds, 15 seconds, so it'll be this, in theory, really exciting, and it'll all go through. But that was great. It was really fun that the motion control rig can, from the motion control operator's laptop, he could pan it, tilt it, move it faster, move it slower, as much as he liked.